Myself Sumalata. My project title is Collaborative Filtering Approach for a Content-Based Book Recommendation System. In this chapter 1 introduction, project description. Content-based filtering operates by examining the intact characters and features of books to establish their similarity. By analyzing attributes such as genre, author, plot, and other relevant metadata, the system can identify books that share similar tag. This approach allows the system to recommend books, interaction performance. Collaborative filtering, on the other hand, utilizes user ratings and behaviors to identify correlations between users and books. By considering the performance of similar users, the system can recommending books that have been well received by users with a comparable test. Exponential content increasing the popularity of online platform have presenting both opportunity and challenges for users seeking personalized recommendation. Recommender systems have emerged as available tools to address these challenges by effectively suggesting relevant items based on user performance and characteristics. This report focuses on the development and the implementation of a content-based book recommendation system aims to assist user in finding books that matches their performance by leveraging the similarity between books and the collaborative behavior of users. By combining the system offer hybrid approaches enhancing the effectiveness and accuracy of its recommendation. The recommendation system is built upon the Django framework, which provides a robust and scalable web development environment. The system employs various machine learning algorithms, including the features extension, similarity measures, and recommendation models, implemented using Python programming language and Jupyter Notebook and for exploiting data analysis. This report aims to provide a process methodology content-based book recommendation. It discusses technologies, tools, utilizes as well as the algorithm and techniques employed to create recommendation engine. Additionally, it presents the evaluation measures, the including precision, recall, accuracy. Ultimate deliver to not only assist user it to discovery new books but also ensures their overall reading expansion. By offering a personalized and relevant recommendations, the system aims vast array of available books to facilitate the explore of new genre, author, and literacy expressions. Overall, this report aims to showcase the successful development and employment of content based. The system provides a robust and accurate recommendation engine that creates onto the desired performance of the users. Problem statement. The book industry have witnessed and ensue expansion of available titles in recent years, presenting a channel of challenge for user to interest. Traditional method for browsing throughout physical bookstores or really scale on word of mouth. Recommendations are often inflective and do not react to individual performance. There is a need for an intelligent and a personalized book recommendation system that can assist user in finding book tailored to their unique taste and performance. Company profile. Dreambus Solution is the largest IT giant today. Was founded in 2018 by a group of talent engaged software specialists. The company offers integrate models that allows different sectors to manage all of their performance online. Our team have a history of successful completing technology difficult project in a short amount of time while also offering our client top-notch customer care. The result have been incredibly fruitful, long-lasting professional connection everywhere to graduate their our project are completely protamely under under and entire to the client's stratification we have developed through project management methodology. Since 2018, Reimburse Solution have been registered software services provided with the Indian Competition Act as 1956, an organization that have received ISO certification logged into the MSMI, Micro, Small and Medium Enterpriser database. NSIC partner is good standing. Next is chapter 2, literacy survey. In literacy survey, paper title, content based book recommendation system using improved collaborative filtering. This paper presenting a more effective collaborative filtering method for book recommendations by incorporating content-based features such as genre, author, and polite. The system utilizes user rating and book attributes to generate a personalized recommendation. Next is enhancing book recommendation system with a natural languaging process. This paper explores the integration of natural languaging processing technology in a book recommendation system. It discusses methods recommendations. Hybrid book metadata. Hybrid recommendation system includes a collaborative filtering and a book metadata to improve recommendation occurrence. The system considering using rating and a book attribute to generate a desired and a personalized book recommendation. Genre based book collaborative and book recommendation uh, system filtering. This paper focuses on genre based book recommendation system utilizing a collaborative filtering. It analyzes user rating and a performance within specific genre to generating a genre specific recommendation, enhancing the relevance and a personalized of the recommendation. Content based book recommendation system using deep learning. Exploring the application technology, discussing the use of neural network to extract a book features and make accurate book recommendation based on a user's performance. Exploiting a book metadata for improving a content based book recommendation. This paper investigates the importance of book metadata in content based book recommendation system. It analyzes the impact of different metadata attribute on a recommendation accuracy and explore technology to leverage metadata effectively. Incorporating social media network data in a content based book recommendation system. Uh, in this social network data in content based book recommendation system, it explores how user connection and social communication can be leveraged to enhancing recommendation occurrence and discovery book throughout social recommendation. Enhancing a book recommendation system with contextual information. In this paper, exploring the combination of context in a book recommendation system, it examining how context affects information can improve the relevance and timelines of book recommendation. Next paper title, user profiling for a personalized book recommendation. This paper focus on the user profiling technologies for personalized book recommendation. It discuss the analysis of user performance, demographics, and historical behavior to create a accurate user profiles and improve recommendation quality. Evaluating book recommendation system, matrix and methodology. This paper presenting on overall book recommendation, discussing the challenges in evaluating recommendation algorithm and provide insights into a effectively evaluation technology. Next paper title, objective methodology and conclusion. First is a content based book recommendation system improve a collaborative. Objective, improve collaborative filtering book recommendation. Methodology, incorporating user rating and a book attribute. Conclusion is the proposed approaches enhancing recommendation accuracy by combining. Next is enhancing book recommendation system with a natural language processing. Integrating natural language processing in a recommendation. Extract book features from a contextual data. Natural language processing technology enhancing the accuracy of that book recommendation by analyzing user review and textual data. Hybrid book and book metadata. Objective is create. Next methodology of combining and a book metadata. Conclusion, hybrid system combine a collaborative filtration and a book metadata to provide accurate and a devised book recommendation. Next is linear book recommendation system using collaborative filtration. Generating a specific recommendation. Analyzing user rating within a specific genre. Conclusion is genre based collaborative filtering improve the relevance and the personalization of the book recommendation within the specific genre. Content based book recommendation system using deep learning. Apply deep learning in a content based book recommendation utilizes a neural network for a future extension. Deep learning technology improves the accuracy of book content. Next is exploiting book metadata for a improved content based book recommendation. In this book, metadata for recommendation, analyzing the impact of different metadata attributes. Conclusion of effectively utilization of book metadata attributes, enhancing the accuracy and the relevance of content-based book recommendation. Next is user profiling for a personalized book and recommendation. Creating user for profile for a personalized recommendation, analyzing user performance and history behavior. Conclusion is user profiling technology based on performance and behavior, enhancing the personalized and accuracy of book recommendation. Evaluating content based book recommendation system, matrix and methodology. Identify, define evaluation matrix and methodology. Present evaluation technology. The paper provides insights into the book recommendation. Next is enhancing book recommendation system with the contextual information. Incorporating contextual information in a recommendation. Consider time, location, and users context. Conclusion is contextual information improves the relevance and the timelines of book recommendation by considering user contextual and situational factors. Next is existing system and a proposed system. Existing system. Book recommendation system employs various approaches to assist user in discovering relevant books. Two promotion method commonly used: filtering, testing to make prediction about books that a particular user might like; collaborative filtration, considering the collaborative collective wisdom of the user community and recommends popular items based on user consents. However, this system focus challenges such as with limit data and the popularity basis. In the context of book recommendations, context based system analyzes attributes such as genre, author, plot, and other relevant metadata. By identifying similarity between books based on these attributes, the system recommends books that align with the user previously. Like items, contextual based filtering can provide a personalized recommendation, but many suffer from limit, uh, desire, and inability to construct evaluation user performance. While system combine the advantages of both approaches to offer a comprehensive solution. By interacting user rating, behavior analysis, and a book attributes, hybrid system can generate a personalized and contextual average recommendation. Next is proposed system. The key components of features: user profile creation, content based filtering, hybrid recommendation struggling. User profiling creation. The system allows user to create a personalized profile by providing their performance, favorite genre, author, and other relevant information. The user profile serv- services as the foundation for understanding individual performance and tailoring a recommendation accordingly. Content based filtering. The system analyzing the intact attribute of books such as inner author and polite language and other metadata to establish similarity between books. By considering the users previously liked books and comparing their futures with other books in the database, the system recommends books that align with the user's performance. This content-based approaches ensures that recommendations are based on the specific characteristics that apply technology that leverage users rating and behaviors. It identify users with a similar taste and interest and recommending books that have been well received by those users. By considering the collaborative wisdom of the user community, the system can offer recommendations that align with the popular choice and provide desired option of users. Hybrid recommendation. The proposed system obtained from the system as assign appropriate weight to each recommendation based between books and the among users. These hybrid approaches ensures that the recommendation are personalized uh, and both individual performance and collective wisdom. Next is feasibility study. In feasibility study, this content-based approaches generates recommendation or depending on the specific characters that apply technical to leverage user rating and behavior. It identify user with similar taste and interest and recommend books that have been well received by these users. Technical feasibilities. In technical feasibilities, the project requires implementation, machine learning algorithms, database management, and user interface development. The availability of appropriate tools and techniques like Django framework, machine learning libraries, and database management system ensures the technical feasibility. The development teams in this technology is also for successful implementation. Economical feasibility. The project's cost benefit analysis must be performed to determine if the benefit suggests the investment. The cost individual development expense be hardware, software analysis, and ongoing maintenance. The benefits including improved user engage- engagement, including book sales and optional relevance generation. Stakeholders need to evaluate whether the benefits outweigh and the cost in the long run. Legal and ethical feasibility. The system should be compliant with relevant copyright laws and ensures that the book data and users' information are handled in according to privacy regulation. It is essential to obtain necessary permission to use book data and by all applicable legal requirement related to user data. Operational feasibility. The system should align with the organization existing infrastructure or processes. The project existing a book platform or services to reach the target avoidance effectively. The operational resources including hardware, software and personnel should be readily available to support the system. Scheduling Schedule feasibility. The project outline should be and achievable considering the complexity of implementation and testing. Potential risk and a challenge that may cause us a delay should be identified and addressed. The project plan should be flexible, enhanced to accommodate a chance or adjustment during the deployment process. Next is tools and techniques. In tools, Pandas, NumPy, Python, Flask, MATLAB are used. In pandas, popular Python models, pandas is used for data analysis and manipulation. It provides a powerful data structure for effectively analyzing and storing a large dataset, as well as a wide range of tools for working with various type of data. With pandas, you can easily read, write, clean, merge, and reshape data, as well as performing statistical analysis and visualization. Developers work within a structured data and methods for filtering, selecting, grouping, aggregation, migration, and reshaping data. It allows you to effectively perform common data operations such as slicing, including sorting, and applying functions. Next is NumPy, including trigonometric exponential logarithm functions, linear algebraic operations, random numbers generation, and more. Array implementation. NumPy offer functions for reshaping, transposing, slicing, and indexing arrays. It also provides tool for combining, splitting, and manipulating array. Performance optimization. NumPy array operations or implementing in a compile C code, making them faster and more effective comparing to traditional Python list. NumPy array cannot use more memory and offer optimized algorithm for numeric computation. In Python, it is essential to follow ethical coding practice and give credit where it is due. This can be achieved by citing sources, using open source libraries, and avoiding copyright and pasting code from an external source without understanding how it works. Flask. Flask. When it comes to using Flask, it's important to follow ethical coding practices and avoid plagiarism. Plagiarism in a Python can occur when developer copy and paste code without the appropriate attributes from other source or permissions. Not only this is unethical, but it can also lead to legal issues and damage its one's reputation. Matplotlib. Matplotlib is a highly customizable, allowing user to create a personal looking plot and for data analyzing and presentation. Object oriented interface. Matplotlib object oriented interface allows you to create and modify plots by manipulating figures and access objects. Customizing and styling. Matplotlib allows you to customizing nearly very aspects of your plot, including access, grid, label, title, color, inline, sheet, marker, and fonts. You can control the size, asset, ratio, and the um, resolution of figures. In addition to add a legal and an annotation to work with the visual representation, multiple subplots. Matplotlib supports the creation of multiple subplots within the single figures and enable you to display multiple plots are visible in a grid or other agreements. 3D plotting. Providing the tools for creating three-dimensional plot allows you to visual data in a 3D space. It supports a surface plot, wireframe plot, scatter plot, and more. Enable the exponential and compliant relationship. Hardware and software. Hardware in a RAM 2 GB. Hard disk we have to use 100 GB. Processor 30 to 40 platinum. Software requirement IDE. Flask technology Python. Libraries NumPy Pandas. Next is chapter 3 software requirement specification. The content based book recommendation system is a software solution development to assess user is discovering relevant and personalized book recommendation built on their performance. With the increasing availability of books and the rising online popularity, book platform negative throughout waste collection and informed reading choices. This software aims to delay with this need by leveraging machine learning language. Users, user performance, user feedback and rating, user history and tracking, admin panel. In user performance, user should be able to specify their performed book inner author and other relevant criteria. User feedback and rating, user should have a ability to provide a feedback on a recommendation books. User should be able to rate books and providing review to help improve future requirement. User history and tracking, the system should keep tracking of their user such history, recommendation books and user interaction. User should have access to their browsing history and able to view a previous recommendations. Admin panel, the admin panel should have a provide to manage the book database, user accounts and system testing. Functional requirement, in functional requirement we have to use that book database management, content based filtering, collaborative filtering, recommendation generation, recommendation display, security and authentication. In book data management, the system should maintain a comprehensive database. Book should have a categorized by attributes such as title, author, genre, plot, summary, languages and publication data. Content based filtering, the system should analyzing the attribute of books such as inner author and polite books, should have generating a recommendation that annul with the user performance. Collaborative filtering, the system should analyze user rating and behavior to identify the correlation between user and books. Recommendation generation, system should provides the customized recommendation for each individual user filtering approaches. Recommendation display, the system should display recommendation book to the user in an organized and visually applied manner. Security and authentication, the system should ensure secure user authentication and data privacy. Non-functional requirement, non-functional requirement, security, reliability, availability, accessibility, maintainability. In security, user authentication and data privacy should be ensured through secure encrypting technology. The system should be protect against reliability. The system should operate reliable without frequency caches or downtime. It should able to recover gracefully from a failure and a error without comparing data again. Availability, the system should be able to user within a high level uptime. Accessibility, options of the adjustment and font size, color schemes and other accessibility features. Maintainability, the system should be designed and implemented using model modular and a well documented code. Next chapter is the system design. In system design, content based book recommendation system is designed the suggest book to user built on the content of the books they have previously shown or read interest in. However, outline of the how to design such as data collection, data processing, future extension, similarity collection, user profile creation, recommendation generation, evaluation, and refinement. Data collection: gather book data including information like title, author, synopsis, and user rating. You can accrue the data from various like APIs, web scripting, or user input. Data processing: clean and process the collecting data. This may involving removing duplicate, handling missing values, and normalizing texting data by removing full stop, converting lowercase and stemming or lemon stemming words. Future extension: extension relevance features from a book data. This can be including attributes like genre, author, keywords, even a bag of words representing of the book's synopsis. You can use technologies like TF-IDF or Word enabling to present textual data. Similarity calculation: calculate the similarity between books built on their extension features. Common similarity measures including coins similarity and accident similarity. This system helps identify book this similar content. User profile creation: creating user profiles based on their reading history or performance. This can involving tracking the books they have read, rate, or bookmark. Recommending generation: generate a book recommendations for user based on the profile. It can be done by finding a book similar to the ones they have previously liked, or using collaborative filtering technology finding books like by similar users. Evaluating and Freeland. Evaluating the performance of the recommendation system using a metrics like recall, precision, or a main precision. System perspective: in system perspective, admin uh, can be transferred to Python, MySQL. In architecture diagram, conceptual diagram. In conceptual diagram, book essential data input transferred to book recommendation and process to give the predictional result. It is a data flow diagram. Next is the uh, chapter 5, detailed design. In detailed design, we have to use a use case diagram, sequential diagram, and activity diagram. In sequence user case diagram, it a data set, a preprocessor data module, construct database filtering, a collaborative based filtering algorithm, visualization. In sequential diagram, input to dashboard, database error, conceptual based filtering, collaborative filtering. In activity diagram, it shows the storing the activity the user is required to log in into the application, and the entire entry to the correct user and password, then it can be processed to next activity. Next chapter is implementation. In implementation, process for the content-based book recommendation system involves several steps: data collection, data processing, future extension, similarity collection, user profiling, recommendation generation, evaluation, deployment. Data collection: generating a data set of books including information such as title, author, and description. Data processing: clean and process the collecting of data. They may involve removing a duplicate, handling missing values, text normalizer techniques like streaming, removing stop words. Future extension: extending the relevant features from a book data. It can be published attribute genre, publication years, and etc. Similarity calculation: calculating the similarity between the book based on their features. User profiles: building user profiles by analyzing their book performance and interaction. Recommendation generation: based on user profile and the similarity scores, generating a list of recommendation books. Evaluation: utilizing the indicator like precision, recall, and etc. Deployment: integrating the recommendation system into the designer platform or applications. Coding: for after loading and analyzing the data set, we have to perform a data processing, a merge, requiring, and drop unnecessary column and rows. Next, we have determined that if we have 200 futures, so those futures will be explained about 45% of the vacancy of the data. So we have to score the remaining 14 users on a 2000 futures, so each of which representing some combinations of optional about various books. Next is they have a separate how to do 20% of the user to create test set. They have they have to test our testing data set with the model and found the cluster associated with each other. Next is k means clustering. Next screenshot, it is a home page. Next login page, recommendation book page, popular book page, and a book rating page. Next is similarity book page. Screenshot. Next chapter is 7, software testing. In software testing procedure. Here to briefly introduction to software testing. Ensures the quality, help identify and fixing define ensures the software books as a exploiting reduce risk. Testing minimizing the changes of software failures and improving its reliability and enhancing user stratification types. Functional testing, non-functional testing, unit testing. In functional testing, verify if the software function according to the specified requirement. Non-functional testing, evaluating non-functional accepts like performance, security, usability, etc. Unit testing, test individual component or unit of the software testing cycle. STL cycle, requirement analysis, default require reporting, default resetting, recognition, testing, test circular, test case table, test case description, input, exponent, output, test result. Single book recommendation, book title, the great explainer, recommendation book pass. Next, multiple book recommendation, it can be a recommending book only one. Individual, invalid book genre, non-existing book, missing book description, books with a similar description, wearing a book description. Next chapter 8, conclusion. Several system capabilities such as a book recommendation, book search, and the ability for user to review were effectively implemented once all the system component had been well understood. In a sight of the requirement comparison testing was done to find any optimal problems or uh, vulnerability in the system after the implementation and the coding process. Effectively, model were developed and they performed with excellent accuracy. Additional, this model shows they could manage random inputs outside of the dataset. The same problem was addressed using a variety of the struggles. Next chapter is 9, future enhancement, natural language understanding improvement, enhancing the system capability to extract more, enhance, and a contextual information for a book description, review, and a summaries. Deep learning for a text representation, implementing modern deep learning methods, including a transformer based models, user profiling, and a contextual average, incorporating user profiling to caption user performance, reading histories, and social interaction, multiple model data interactions. Extension the system capability to process and analyzing multiple model data and such as coverage. Next is chapter 10, reference. Next is future enhancement. It have used in a reference. Next chapter is reference. Thank you.